Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help on them, does it? I think this servo on here is about to give up the ghost and all. So, no. Apart from what?
There's a couple of bits where it's
designed for TRX 4-size vehicles, but there's nothing actually difficult for them.
Yes and no. There's some slopes over there that are a bit covered up at the minute. They're a bit of a nightmare. But the thing is, because it hasn't been that busy lately, there's not that many people that come anymore. So he's reluctant to update it all. He's got plans for a little stream and a bit of a waterfall area and all sorts, but whilst it's not being used, he's not going to do it. Do you know what I mean? Right, so the one thing I have noticed with this straight away is I need to update the servo and I need to adjust the steering trim a touch that way before I try and go over the wires. So
had a few good tumbles down at Hill End and Hardwick. It's alright, man, it happens, doesn't it? People have walked before, you know, just do one bit. That's a focus. Yeah, you've got the back.
I will say for a TRX, whoa, that's the only problem with not being able to unlock the diffs. 1080 standard TRX4 motor at the moment. Trying to balance it, but it won't have it. Close enough. Back into first for the crawling. Bit quiet at the moment till the nitros start racing. I wasn't expecting this to struggle in many places. I've got the Outback Ranger 2 Paris Dakar Rally truck here that I am expecting some problems with, because at the end of the day it is an Outback Ranger 2, still at stock axles, stock gearbox, and it's got ISDN 70 ESC, which is alright for the lighter stuff, because to be fair it doesn't carry much in the way of weight. Then it's time for me to get up here. I don't think he's front end heavy enough because the battery's still in the back to get up Alf's hill or Dave's hill, which is Dave's hill's there and Alf's hill is here. might do. It's got... Oh, and it did. These tyres are absolutely amazing. Straight up there, that's some angle there too. So I'm going to try and get a side shot of that. So, nothing here that is a challenge for this modified TRX4. Ah. Do you know what? Sod's law, innit? Just went up there so nice and slowly. Now how much that's stuck in there, you wouldn't believe that just went straight up there. Alright, with power. Strange, isn't it? How 1 second it'll go up without breaking a sweat. And then the next minute it's feeling it. So I'm going to try and go backwards up this and hope I don't fall off and thrash it. Now this is the wrong way for the normal route over this. But these tyres are fabulous. Chief, I'm there, I get it right in a minute. Doing his work, although he is beginning to roll out of his seat a little bit after those tumbles. But I must say, these tyres are fantabulous, so I need to finish the interior, get a lower slung rear gun mounted. Just one more obstacle to try. Down the bottom there. And this is still by far, which I've got some decent trainers on. I'd like to go through the water, but I know he's not waterproof. Look at all that green gunk on it. Will the greenery help with the traction? Or will it make it worse? It'll make it worse. Hey, I didn't think it'd go up there. These tyre with this plastic netting, it's either it'll go where it won't, and on this occasion it won't. Right, we'll get back. We'll get Paris out the Dakar truck, which is an FTX Outback Ranger 2 chassis. And we'll give our Paris a break. Expecting miracles out of this. It's an Outback Ranger 2. inches Paris with his dangleberries. They were on when I got him, but I have printed out a set for, oh, he's struggling over here already, so I think more weight on the rear end is too front heavy at the moment, which, you know, to be fair, would be expected. I don't know if I could get that body any further forwards, to be fair, but we'll see what he can do with the weighted alloys and the fact that they're 2.2s. I think if I lowered it anymore, 1.9s were a bit shamefully soft on it, so weighted 2.2 alloys and an ISDN 70 ESC, which will be replaced. It's not so bad because it's not a heavy truck, but the too much constant playing around and adjusting about. You've got to connect to Bluetooth to change from 2 to 3S batteries, and I had one on one of my heavier SCX 10.2s, and nothing I did could get the torque out of that 5 kilo trail truck I needed to climb over anything at all. Now, I knew it wasn't going to go over that. And of course we've got one of the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles driving this. He was driving it when I got it, so we stayed in there. And of course this has still got the standard gearbox and motor, and that's going to go over. I half expected that to go over there as well. Actually, if I put a metal back bumper on it, that might put a bit of weight on and get the Outback Ranger 2 brass front and rear. I believe it's still servo on axle, so I'll just get a brass front servo mount SCX 10.2 and a rear one, and that should then solve those problems. But no dramas up there, or drama, depending on whereabouts in the country or the world you're from. Don't know how much of that was on video, I've not been checking the camera. Drag brake's a bit savage, I need to soften it up on this ISDN. But plenty of slow modulation control. I'm on a Dumbo RC at the moment. Well, it's not actually, it's the Obsema CR6, which is the same as the Dumbo. The only difference between this and the 6-channel Dumbo is this has got buttons on pot 4 and 5, whereas the Dumbo has rotaries. Of course, very poor steering angle, being an Outback Ranger 2. But to be fair, in its simplicity for what it is, I use it more over the sand dunes and for light trailing. It's actually doing a lot better than I expected it to. So can I get the back wheels on here well enough without it falling over? And yes, I can. Look at that. Oh, nearly dropped it off. So that was a bit where I was expecting, but again, semi-decent set of tyres. There's a lot it's not going to do. Like that. So we'll try a gentler approach. But it was never built with this in mind. It was never built as a crawler. It was built as a trail truck. So anything crawler wise it achieves. Oh, nicely done, sir. I didn't expect him to do that. No, he's not going to do that bit. I don't think. No, not enough weight to... Either just slightly too much, or or not enough to... I've really gone that little bit beyond the low down weight to a point where it needs a bit more to make it effective. I've got a spare SCX 10.2 gearbox, so I'll need to get the adapter skid pan, put a 10.2 and a 540 motor in it. That might help a little bit weight wise as well. There's certainly a different driving style to going downhill. Boom! Nearly. And it's time for me to go and have a sit down after this run, I think. And with these boys' permission, we'll get some video of them as well. I'm quite happy to womble about, mate. If you guys don't mind being on the video too, it'll go up on my YouTube, like, which might help the course, might help the track a bit. Oh, are these all outbacks? They are, aren't they?
Yeah, all that's outback.
This is a Ranger 2. And I believe this is the one my niece dropped her Mauler Range Rover off the other day. And I believe I've hooked up the lights to the Dumbo RC light controller. And that lights to that. You'd have thought these being smaller would have had a better turn circle as well, wouldn't you?
No, because they don't have the steering lock on the front end.
Nah.
They're 100% lock jigs.
Sorry lads, just getting through there a minute. I had thought of seeing if I couldn't flip the servo round. Put the axle on backwards, because there's a hell of a lot of lock on reverse, isn't there, and none forward. Right, I'm going to get ready to catch this because it's a bit front end heavy. I knew that was going to happen with that. That's what I ended up doing with my Mauler. No, you're all right. But with it having with the Mauler being on the GC5 and then eventually on the MB4, they've got crawler mode, so you can control the steering, so you can turn the back off if you want.
Just dial it in on the mixer and just reduce it half quarter.
With the back servo going into, because stuff like narrow bridges and rope bridges and stuff like that, you need the rear steer off.
Right, Lewis and Alex are up. Just over a minute and a half. Can everyone else marshal, please? Oh, go on,
And in all fairness, I really don't think Paris is going up there, but he might surprise me. think he would. But then he's a trail tuck, not a crawler, so we'll have some more action with the TRX4 shortly.
1 minute to race 1.
See how well he goes over some of this. Yeah, nearly. I thought that the cab or the cage might
To race 1.
get in the way. Oh, bonus.
Oh, you might not be heavy enough to actually move, then.
Oh yeah, you will do. Yeah. You might have to get it right at the end to activate the bridge, like, but
Oh, no, they're all right.
yeah, because when Alf built this course, he had a TRX4, and he had his first one was an Outback Ranger 2. So he tested it on kind of best of both worlds, really, to get it as compatible for as many as possible. Time for me to watch what I'm doing because I don't. I'm just checking the track. I think the track is just that little bit too much for me to get Paris across this, but we will see. Constant minor steering adjustments because my tracking's out slightly, I think.
Straight up, you mean those 4-line cheap tyres? Not in stock anymore.
Nah, I thought that was too good to be true. I'm not going to take a pass. Slight lapse of concentration there. But I must admit, young Monsieur Paris, not so gay. Running 2S because he's a light truck and that's all he needs. That back end light again. I'll probably just get the brass rear bumper bar.
The running order at 2 minutes is 2.
But I am going to have to buy him a new servo. Oh, I think getting him up the top's going to be a bit tricky. Awful, Dave. Yeah, mate, I'll go and grab it for you. Where do you want him, back on or?
If you don't mind, please.
Oh, it was this side already. So
Yeah. Spot on. Thank you.
no bother, manager.
It just slides.
This is a bugger, mate. I've got a couple of rigs with tyres that just walk up it. You put a different set of tyres on it. It's like that TRX4 there. Those tyres went over everything, rock and gravel and mud and wood-wise, but nah, wouldn't go up that. I don't even think this is going with a run because, like every other Outback Ranger 2, it's really sort of. It's really top heavy. They're really heavy at the front, and especially with that. Although it's not a heavy body. Cheers. It's top heavy. So I think it's just going to be some whatever brass I can find to put on these axles. It's still got the. Well, it's still got the stock Outback gearbox and motor in it as well, which I am thinking about putting a 10.2 in it. XCS 10 gearbox in it rather than 10.2. Well, thanks to...
Now that was impressive getting out back up there, like.
Wasn't it?
With his cheap 4-line tyres, so that's the thing.
I don't even know what these are. Let me get out of the way so you can go up and then I'll follow you. Oh, nearly drove it off a cliff.
I've only had to go on the standard F6 tyres.
Aye.
It's no ball.
Oh, no.
But
Well, it is, but you've got to be so tight on your line that...
I managed to force that bit over.
I think you bellied out there as well, aren't you? Oh, well done, sir. Look at that. Now, if you don't make it, Paris, I'm going to retire you to the shelf.
You see with 2.2 tyres.
Yeah. No, it should be. I can't remember what they are, but they're pretty good tyres too. It's ironic, it's the first time I brought these out because nobody really brought the FTX outbacks out. Then I turned up today and you guys are here with 3 on them. What's he done to the red end?
No, I forgot. The annoying thing is, I did
Oh.
all of that.
Where he's all tightened over and over again.
That's a build.
Yeah, they don't like it, do they? So especially when they get backed up and then you try and power out. My mauler was in sod for that, even with the metal axles and the high tensile internal drive shaft. You get a wheel stuck and try to power out. Snap.
He just fell from height and
Oh.
the clutch was already there. Brand just snapped off.
That's something I don't have. What's that? Oh, sorry, Phil. It's just being really front heavy. This that lets this down. But it was never meant to be a crawler. It was only ever meant to be like a trail truck. But I know, I need to get a brass rear bumper wanker or something just to bring the weight down. Oh, on the back end. That's a bit of a personal question to be asking, isn't it? I know we're all friends and that, but really? Nicely done, sir. Oh, you guarantee it can't. Trouble is with these here, he used to weed kill it, but he's been having loads of trouble getting the right weed killer since COVID. Before COVID, he used to weed kill it regular, but since COVID, he hasn't been able to get the weed killer. Oh, I'm not even going to try and take him down now. I think that's goodbye. I think I'm going to have to get down there ready to catch it. These are the tough hills to get up there.
There's no way I'll get up that.
No, that TRX4 struggled with it being so wet. It went up that really slow, and I tried to do it again and it got stuck.
Oh.
Maybe carry a bit of speed from the bottom, you might be alright.
Then it's not falling.
Oh, I know that, but... This might do it with it being front heavy, but and being on 2.2s, but then because of the angle, that front weight might get transferred to the back.
Yeah, it's going over.
It's going, isn't it? I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, that was funny when I first went to go up that hill over there by that Reds Hill. Warthog made it up lovely, got to the top, hit that thistle, and the thistle rolled it over. So, so let's try going round it the other way. This servo definitely needs an upgrade, but it's TRX tracks, isn't it? So it's no real surprise there. Don't even know what's. I think it's still got the stock servo in it and their pants. But we all know that already. This servo's really struggling in one direction.
The running order at 12 minutes is 234.
So we're going to have a wander around the trail that most people don't know about. Just leveled out the tracking. And then it's probably going to be time to go home. I hate to say it, I mean, I do like this Traxxas TRX4 Sport axles, which I may end up getting the diff lockers for. I nearly bought a set second hand the other day, but the guy wouldn't post out and he lived too far away, so I didn't bother. So, I mean, although this servo's working well, it's just very, very horrendously slow. And seriously lacking in power. But thank you very much, Emily Anthony Clare, for the tight wheels and tyres. And he was in second gear, getting back down to first. Or why not? We haven't run it in second gear for a while. I'm not going through the water because I know Dumbo RCs are reasonably waterproof. So what we're going to do here is stop it. Of course, with having the front and rear diff locks, it's a rather large condom somebody's left. It's actually making quite light work of this. This weak servo is going to let it down in a moment when it comes to working its way through here. Yeah, it is reasonably wheelchair friendly here, but obviously certain areas aren't. Now you can use the body like I did there. I didn't get it tight enough to that post. By using the body is what you do is you so it swings round like that using the back wheel. So it's photo opportunities time. Hold down. So remember you just catch that trigger.
Well, no, that I just wasn't watching. I just drove it straight at the pole.
Ah, yeah, that right. And I think this gearbox needs a bit of grease in it.
Oh, yeah? Alright, I'll just cut off this one.
Oh well, he tried. Yeah, if you go off there and follow it round, I've just come back that way myself, like so.
Have you?
Just go off to the left, and it's not heavily spectacular, but it's a nice little peaceful change, mate. It is passable anyway. I've just been up with this, so just to make sure. For the 1080, I've actually got some reasonably good slow control as well, considering it's on a 3S. I think I'm going to get, although that's about as much as I can push the steering on this, to be fair. And then it's going to be time for me to head home. No, missed it again. It's very, very hard to get angle up there. So now I need to source another one of the larger Master Chiefs to go in the other side. Then we'll have a bit of a run. Some various different angles over these rocks. See exactly what they look grinding out there. To be fair, I don't think any of the trucks I've got would have got over that bit there anyway. Once I get my welding goggles and my welding rods turn up, I should then be able to weld the other exhaust back on and change the angle slightly. I'm actually considering the natural born flat spot. These tyres are absolutely have I just popped a diff? Right. Now he's all wet. Yeah, this servo definitely needs replacing, or it's the horn that's slipping, one of the two. But this servo is definitely being extremely lazy.
Minutes till race 1.
So let me see if I can do this. Very poor turn circle. So what we do is we hug the post and you get round in one movement. Kind of using the back tyre as a bit of a land anchor against the post. But that's me done for the day. Get him in. I brought loads of batteries, to be fair. So we'll